This U.S. politician makes an average of $24 million every single month. According to Google, Congressman Michael McCall lives in a $10 million mansion. This is where he keeps his $1.1 million car collection, including his Rolls-Royce Wraith and a Ferrari 488 GTB. He even bought a $20 million private jet to fly from his mansion in Texas to his job in Washington, D.C. In the past 3 years alone, Michael McCall has traded $576 million in the...
Guys, there is a congressman who makes $24 million a month. He has a $10 million mansion.
Now, this sounds insane. Is this confirmed?
I believe it is. And it's literally, I just don't understand. These are the people who are paid by taxpayers.
He's got a bag.
Whoa. This is confirmed.
This dude.
This guy's in Congress.
$576 million.
Wow, this guy's finessing.
Making this much money.
Trading volume of almost $600 million.
He's got jets, whips.
With a salary of $100,000.
You see now.
But his trading volume is $500 million.
Oh my goodness.
He is getting over.
Nah, okay, so.
I mean, we know that politicians been getting over under our nose. We know that we as citizens cannot trade at the volume that they do.
But
he's hitting harder than Nancy Pelosi.
He is hitting harder than Mike Tyson.
On a $100,000 salary.
Sheesh.
This is insane. I also saw this graph right here. This blew my mind.
Wow. Politicians' average net worth versus the average person.
That's insane.
Go to the end now. What is it now? 2,000. It's up 2,000% on the average person.
2,500% on the politician.
Goodness gracious.
That's insane. 2,200% more than you as a person. Democrat Senator John Hickenlooper invested $100,000 into electricity company manufacturer Eaton Corporation. He sits on the Committee of Energy. And Eaton Corporation received $8 billion in funding for expansion that drove their stock to all-time highs, and now he's up 20% in less than a month. Wow. So he's using his insider information to profit.
Typical.
Wow.
This is absolutely insane. We have to figure out something about that. At first, I was like, I don't even know. I don't know if they should ban it, honestly. That was my opinion, because it's like, dang, I mean, they're people too. Like, maybe they should trade, but
nah.
They're using their insider information to get better trades than us.
I mean, it's not illegal, and they're never going to make it illegal.
Well, kind of.
Because they're the ones who would do it.
Yeah, because they benefit the most from it.
Some people are saying that they're trying to get on top of it. They're saying that they're gearing up to block the ban of insider trading. I just doubt that happens because they have to sign it.
It's that Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it.
The oldest member in Congress. It's just let them.
See, she's retired now, but she was at $400 million. But I'm shocked. I've never heard of this dude that we did at the beginning from Texas, $576 million.
Because all of them are doing that.
Exactly. Both. That's a Republican and a Democrat. So we can't even sit here.
Guilty
We
of
can't
it.
even act like this is a one-sided issue.
Both sides are guilty of it.
Yes, we have multiple examples, but the best example, the oldest person in Congress is worth $400 million. So it's obviously telling you that they're doing it. They're cheating.
NY Post says that Nancy and her husband have outperformed the Dow Jones by 1,700%.
17,000%.
Oh, 17,000%. Raking in over $133 million in, what is that, 38 years?
She went from having to do the
48
stocks where you
years.
call to Robin Hood.
That's insanity.
She been in the game.
48 years, $133 million. Nancy Pelosi has a little problem because her husband sold Visa stock one day before it was announced Visa is being sued by the Department of Justice. They are benefiting from their insider information.
One day before.
How come she looks so much older than him?
All right, guys, so the 2025 trade report for all the insiders is officially out, and there's some absolutely crazy stuff on there. So we're about to get into it with an expert. Watch this. All right, guys, so joining me today is our friend Ross Givens. He was the VP of investment at JP Morgan and Chase, and he knows a lot about stocks. He's taught us so much. He's completely changed our lives when it comes to investing and learning about all these insider tradings and stuff. But more than that, he's a good guy. He's our friend. He's a patriot. So everybody, Ross Givens, how you doing, man?
Hey, guys, good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Excited.
All right, so how do 38 members of Congress trade better than Warren Buffett himself? Like, if Jordan Belfort from Wolf of Wall Street was here, they would be beating him. Like, I really could not wrap my mind around this. How is this happening?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that we happen to elect the best stock pickers in the country to Congress, isn't it? Really, the odds of that are insanely low. No, the fact is they continue to cheat, right? And we just got proof of this. They released a 2025 Congressional Trading Report. Once again, they've blown the numbers out of the water. So, these are not people that are doing 2% or 4% better than you and me. They're doing 20 and 30 and 40% better than us. Last year, the stock market went up 16.5%. Now, long term, the average is like 10. It's a really good year. On average, they double that, right? So they're just absolutely obliterating. And if you look here at this chart, this is the top performers last year in Congress. I mean, these numbers, they're just hard to wrap your head around. I mean, 40, 50, 60, 78% a year. So, the idea that these the Warren Buffetts of the world who do this for a living, who have teams of analysts and $1 million research budgets, are lucky to do 10, 15% a year, and a couple of members of Congress shooting off trades from their phone to their Robinhood account are knocking down 60 and 70% returns. It's beyond unlikely. It's impossible. And this is the trend we've seen here for years. They use information they get access to in Congress. They take that to the stock market to buy the companies that are going to benefit, and they make a fortune. And the only silver lining to all this stuff, and what I try to tell people, is you can see their trades. And I don't think most people realize this, but whether it's Pelosi or some junior member of the House, when they buy stock, they have to report that publicly. You just have to know where to look. It's all free information. So we can see these trades, buy the same stock they do, and profit right alongside them. And we've been doing this for 7.5 years with phenomenal success. We actually have a training event coming up next week. If you click the link down below, you just put in your name and email, come to that. But it's free. I'll show you how to do this stuff. And like you said, it can make a huge difference in your income and your investing returns, and all you're doing is following people that have better information than you and I.
Yeah, we see what it's doing for them. They're going crazy. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yes. I mean, Nancy Pelosi's one of the oldest people in Congress, and she's worth $400 million?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's made the bulk of that in stock trades, and so people ask, like, why don't they ban this stuff? Why don't they stop them? Like, the whole country knows they're doing it. Nancy's been called out by the President of the United States, by Elon Musk, by half of Congress, by every media station. She continued to do this stuff for 15, 20 years. No one stopped her. No one so much as gave her a fine, guys. So why on earth would they pass a bill to ban this stuff? They keep getting reelected. They keep doing it. If I had a way to make an extra $8 million a year and I wasn't hurting anybody, I wouldn't stop it either. So it's going to keep happening. And you can either get angry or you can piggyback them. You can use this information to your advantage. And look, these are our representatives. We're paying their damn salaries. I think the least they could do is throw us a stock tip here and there. And so that's what I kind of show people how to do. And all you really have to do, if you want to use this stuff for yourself, right? You want to get into one of these hot stocks that doubles and triples. You just want to look for the big outliers, right? So clear example, this is a member of the House of Representatives. Her name is Susie Lee. And that what you're seeing is called a periodic transaction report. I'll show you how this works. So this is what they have to file anytime they buy a stock. Now, some of these guys buy and sell all the time, right? Some of them buy 50 stocks a week and sell 30 the next week and whatever, and that's not somebody you want to follow. But this was very different because Susie Lee almost never buys stocks. In fact, she hadn't bought anything since 2022. And then about a year ago, she comes in, buys one stock, and the stock she buys is Rheinmetall. You guys ever heard of this company?
No.
Exactly. The reason is it's a German arms manufacturer. Like, talk about a random stock to buy. Now, if she comes in and buys one stock in 3 years and it's Google or it's NVIDIA, like, okay, I can understand that. Rheinmetall, that seems odd. And you dig a little bit deeper and you see that Susie Lee just so happened to sit on the House Appropriations Committee. She also sits on the Defense Subcommittee. So she's one of the people that decides who gets these government contracts and how much each one of them gets.
Wow.
So the way the stock market works is stocks make these big moves up and down when unexpected news hits, right? That's why you'll see a company down big if they missed earnings or up big if they beat, because everyone thought they were doing this and they're doing this instead. And so if you're a small little German arms manufacturer like Rheinmetall, and suddenly it gets announced that the United States Department of Defense is issuing you a $2 billion Department of Defense contract, you're going to make 500, 600 million bucks in profit on this. Your stock is going to skyrocket. So if you know this information before it's public, like they do, you buy the stock while it's cheap and nobody thinks it's going to do anything. And the news comes out, the thing soars, and you make a bunch of money. Look at the chart of Rheinmetall. In the 10 months after she bought it, the stock went up 306%.
Ooh.
So every $1,000 you put in the stock is worth $4,000. Every 10,000 is worth 40. And this is one trade. So what we essentially do, and the reason we've done well, I think, is just follow these type of outliers. We see a bunch of people buying one stock all at once. Why? If we see somebody who rarely buys going all in on a small cap German arms manufacturer out of left field, that kind of raises a red flag. And we do the same thing with executives. If we see CEOs and CFOs all piling in, we just follow along. We say they probably know more than us. They're risking their own money. We're going to do the same thing. And oftentimes it gets you in front of these big paydays. So anybody who's interested in investing, wants to make a few extra bucks, just hates seeing Congress gets rich, want to make a few bucks beside them, come to this event. It's totally free. It's online. Anybody can come. Put in your email. We'll send you all the information. But all this is public record. It's all in online databases. You can see what they buy. I'll show you what to look for, what to look out for, everything. Because, I mean, people were outraged in 2023. They were outraged in 2024. Here's this new report. They're outraged again. What do you think is going to happen next year? Same exact thing. So you can either sit around and be angry again, or you can trade alongside them and laugh when we show this chart next January. I remember that one. I made 40 grand on it. Right?
Yeah.
It's a much more fun conversation. So anyway, it's probably not what people want to hear. They probably want a solution to this, but we got to face facts. They're not going to stop spending, and they're not going to quit cheating. They're going to keep trading. They're going to keep using information. So I mean, might as well make a few bucks along.
They vote on it. Like, why are they going to not?
Yeah.
You know, that's like, it's impossible. It is almost actually impossible.
It's insane.
Yeah.
They cheat the system.
So do you think that the Pelosi Act that Trump was trying to put in, do you think that could affect anything?
It would if it passed, but it won't. I mean, the thing is, it's like the fourth or fifth time they've tried to ban this stuff. They never get passed. Hell, when Nancy was in charge, it didn't get a vote. She'd bring them to the floor like New Year's Eve or something when nobody was there, or they attach it to some terrible bill. It's like, okay, we want to ban Congress from trading stocks. Attach this bill. You also have to approve, gender reassignment surgery for turtles in Taiwan or something. They're like, no, we're not going to vote for that. So they're just not going to do it, right? And look, Trump's for it. The entire American people are for it. You don't see a bill getting passed, it ain't that hard. I could draft the thing up this afternoon. It's not going to happen. And even if it does, if we have ice skating in hell tomorrow and Congress actually bans this stuff, one, they're going to find a workaround, but two, we can still follow executives.
Yeah.
You think Congress is good? How do you think CEOs do? I mean, we get into, I'll give you a couple examples. I got it pulled up here. We bought a little stock called MBX Biosciences. 3 months ago, we saw the CEO buying, the top executives, all these guys. It's doubled already. We bought a stock called Alumis, ALMS, on November 21st. So it's been, 10 weeks? The stock's up 281%.
Damn.
Ooh.
And we alert members to these. Like, it was a $7 stock. We saw them all piling in. We figure they probably know something. We follow along. Now the $7 stock's a $27 stock, right? So if you can take advantage of some of this stuff, right, even if you're buying 10 shares, 100, 1,000, whatever it is, you will be surprised how much less angry you are.
No, yeah, I mean, we're involved.
when you're making money alongside.
We're in the
these.
community. Yeah. We're in it. I mean, it works. We've seen it. Like, the proof is in the pudding.
Did y'all take a Loomis?
Yeah, I did. I got MBX as well.
All right.
The stuff works.
See?
Guys. I mean, y'all have to get on. Y'all have to. I mean, we can't beat them. We got to join them.
Yeah, that is a tale as old as time.
Yeah, and it's interesting. So I didn't know that even if they passed that act, I forgot that all the CEOs, and I feel like that's almost more because they are really, the money, where the money is, that's where the decisions are made.
Well, they know company specific stuff, right? So like a lot of our big winners have been like little pharmaceutical companies. So they're running drug trials. We don't know how they're going to go. They're waiting on FDA approval. Well, they know the news before it comes out.
Yeah.
So if we see 8 people at the company putting $500,000 a piece into the stock all in a week, it's like, okay, they're doing something. Maybe we should buy a couple shares. And what do you know? Things go well. Now, it's not bulletproof. I'm not trying to create the image that I've got the investment strategy that works 100% of the time. We've got one is down 4% or 5% here and there. But when some of them are up 200 and 300 or 500%, who cares?
Yeah, it's the name of the game.
It really is just common sense, right? You look at, I'm going to bore you guys for 10 seconds here, but the index, the general stock market does this much. You look at 90% of professional money managers, Wall Street guys who are handling your 401k, they can't beat the freaking index. The average, 90% can't. Meanwhile, Congress is putting up these kind of numbers. So what does it really take to do well in investing? Digging through financial data or having access to better information? It's crystal clear to me.
Yeah.
So you can bore yourself and read through all the earnings reports and watch CNBC till your eyes bleed, or you can just follow the stocks that the insiders are buying.
Yeah.
And it's really just common sense.
Yeah, okay. So, and that makes sense as well because some of those stocks are going up 1,500, 1,700%, and the ones that go down are only going down like 3 or 4%. Because why would a CEO or a congressperson buy a stock that they know is going to tank? So it's really like you can't, it's not much you're risking, it seems like.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I mean, there's always risk in the market, right? I don't want to say that there's not, but you're right. If you're picking random stocks, they can go down 50% in a month. They can go down 90% in a couple of months. These technically can too, but like you said, why would the CEO and the CFO and the board of directors, why would they all be buying before they report bad news? Why would Congress be putting in half their annual salary into a little stock whose executive board happens to be their donors if they had any inkling that something bad was about to happen? It's just much rarer. So the whole investment game is like risk versus reward. You want to make a bunch of money, but you don't want to take big losses. So following insiders kind of handles both. You're reducing the risk by only getting the stocks that the people who know best are buying, and you're capturing the upside by following what are often opportunistic opportunities. So it's really kind of the best of both worlds. I mean, we've beaten the market every year since 2017, not because Ross Given's any kind of great stock picker, because I follow the people that know better, right? So whether it's a member of Congress, whether it's a CEO or some other level of insider, they're just in a far better position with far better information to help you make investment decisions. And especially if you're younger, you're starting out, all you got's $4 or $5 grand. Well, a couple of home runs really get you on your way.
Yeah.
Right? Versus sitting in Bitcoin is down 50% or watching Microsoft come down. You guys are owning Illumis that no one's ever heard of, and you tripled your money in 11 weeks, right? So anyway, I don't want to shill this thing too hard. I just think it's a big loophole. I think it's one of the biggest advantages individual investors have, and it's a way to kind of take something nasty and ugly, which is dirty insider trading, and shifting that over to something that actually benefits us totally legally, totally ethically, and I tried to do my part and show people how to do the same. So anyway, I hope you guys come. Click that link,
there.
sign up, join us. Y'all coming again?
Yeah, for sure.
I can't get enough of this information.
I love
It's crazy. They're cheating.
Stocks.
They're signing the dotted line and literally saying, let me put some money in the stock because they signed it.
Yeah.
It's almost like having a savings account where your money can just triple. It's better than just putting your money in an account and letting it sit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, look, it's hard to earn money, right? It's hard to not spend it and delay the gratification and save it after you pay taxes so they can send it off to Israel. It's hard to do. So then you're going to take that money you've worked and saved, risk it in some manner. You should only do that if you have some level of edge. You have some indication that you've got a very good chance of growing that money in a big way. And this, to me, is that.
Well, yeah. And it makes sense because they're not just going to tweet out their stock trades. They're going to put it, they have to put it publicly, but they're going to make it as hard as they can for people to find it unless you know. So that's really cool at the training. You're going to teach people how to actually go and find this information.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. We're excited.
Yeah, make sure you guys are there. I'm telling you guys, we do this crap.
Yeah.
We do it.
We do.
Yeah, there's definitely opportunities there. You can check the numbers.
I got skin in the game. I wouldn't tell you to do nothing I wouldn't do.
Well, cool,
I
man.
appreciate y'all's support, and I'll try to keep making you money as long as we can.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
do it, man. All right, guys. Ross Givens, thank you so much.
Appreciate you.